Hey guys, just an opinion here, and welcome back to the Armory Life. Springfield Armory's Hellcat, introduced last year, is nothing short of a modern marvel, combining capacity with compactness. It is so small and holds so many rounds that its popularity is certainly not a surprise. In fact, the Hellcat is so popular and it does tick so many boxes, it begs the following question. What about the XD-S 9? Is it extinct, or is there still a place for it? I think there is still a place for it, and I'll tell you why. As similar as these two guns are, there are some obvious differences. The Hellcat holds more rounds, but the XD-S 9 is thinner. Hellcat is a little bit shorter. XD-S 9 has a slightly longer sight radius. You know, for every yin, there's a yang. The Hellcat, with its 11-round magazine, is certainly more capacity than the XD-S 9 with its 7-round standard magazine. But even the good engineers at Springfield Armory weren't able to change the laws of physics, and so those 11 rounds have to take up more space, or at least a differently configured amount of space, than the 7 or 8 rounds in the XD-S 9. And very simply, what that means is a double stack or staggered stack magazine versus a single stack magazine, and that means more width, more thickness. If you're a concealed carrier, and you have been for a while, you've probably experimented with not only several different guns, but several different methods of carry. One of the things that you've doubtlessly learned is that thickness is one of the most important dimensions of a handgun. The Hellcat is a tiny bit shorter than the XD-S 9, but you know that that's probably not the most important dimension. They're both about the exact same height with their standard magazines inserted, so that's kind of a wash, and that leaves thickness to be the real difference between the two for carryability. And for carryability, depending on the time of year, depending on the kind of clothing you're wearing, or your preferred method of carry, that can be a big difference. For inside the waistband carry or appendix carry, you're going to enjoy a little bit more comfort with the slimness of the XD-S 9, even though you'll give up some of the capacity that you get with the Hellcat. That's a choice to make, but it's a valid choice, and that makes both of these valid options. XD-S 9 is still pocket carry sized, although the Hellcat's shorter length makes it a little bit more pocket carry sized. Again, there's that thickness. How much bulge do you want in that pocket? Well, you're going to get less with this one. A lot of folks stood up and cheered that there was no grip safety on the Hellcat when it was introduced, but there are a lot of folks out there who do actually like that grip safety. They prefer knowing there is an extra external manual safety, and we still have that on the XD-S 9. There is another key difference, and that is the ergonomics of these two guns. They have a slightly different feel. Yes, they are stablemates. They are siblings, both coming from Springfield Armory, and you can certainly see the similarity of design. However, the Hellcat has a much slimmer front-to-back grip than does the XD-S 9. For some folks with smaller hands, that means the Hellcat may be the one for you, even with the extra thickness. XD-S 9 is slimmer but deeper in the grip, so if you have larger hands, your fingers are going to have more meat to grab onto, and there are folks out there who do appreciate that. So I think the merit of having 11 rounds in a magazine this small that we have in the Hellcat is an undisputed advantage. However, does that mean that this single stack magazine that holds 7 rounds in the XD-S 9 is extinct, no longer of value? I don't think so. And in my opinion, it really comes down to personal preference and sometimes specific needs for what you're going to carry and when. If you don't think carrying a single stack handgun still has merit, you need to go talk to somebody who still carries a 1911. So exploring the question that I had, is this extinct because of the existence of this? I've answered for myself today, no, I don't think it is. I think it comes down to there is a time and a place for both, and I think personal preferences, ergonomics, method of carry All of those things are going to play a factor, but I think the XD-S9 is still every bit as valid as it was 5 years ago. Now, having said that, those extra 4 rounds, yeah, it's hard to beat too.